Okay, Belle Collective. You know what? Let me get a picture of the looks because I did want to discuss these looks, girl. Let me go to Carlos' page. Oh yeah, they say a new Carlos and Shannon interview gonna happen. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think his interview was really good, but I also feel like y'all overdoing it a little bit. Like what y'all think Cat gonna say this time that's gonna be so you know what I'm saying? So different. Like what y'all think gonna happen? Like what y'all think he gonna say? We gonna have to see. But I feel like y'all low key, y'all doing too much. That's how I feel. I'm gonna just be real. Like also, I feel like a lot of the shit that he said wasn't shit that hadn't already been said. That's another thing. I fuck with Cat, but y'all, I think a lot of people be putting 20 on 10 with that shit. Anyway, listen, whatever my husband used is because I brought it. That is so right. Let's see. I seen a TikTok where a girl said, "Go get the cheap was from Wags from Wiley. They get on all the crevices." Girl, what? I feel like it's a mass exodus coming from on. That's what it feel like. Yes, bronzers can burn, especially if not diluted. Oh yeah, child. And I love that lavender soap because I like the smell so much. My stupid ass just be like, like just pouring it on top of myself. Okay, y'all. I use a rag, y'all. Don't do that to me. I use a rag on my body. Let's not play. Okay, I don't care what y'all doing. I use my hands on my vagina, but see everything else besides my face and my vagina, I use my hands. Everything else is a damn wash rag. Okay, that's just how life is. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into the Bell Collective, y'all. All right, Bell Collective, Bell Collective. Oh, let me take a good look. Okay, first of all, let's start with Marie Monroe. Marie Monroe, I don't believe you when you say you didn't get a BBL or a nose job. I don't believe you. What I think the alternative may be is you got filler in your nose and you got lipo around your waist, which may have made your ass look bigger. That's what I think are our only real options here. Besides that, you got a nose job and a BBL. Besides those other options, I'm not accepting that you had to get shit done because you had inflammation. I'm not accepting that. I when it comes to her dress, I don't know how I feel about the white part under it. I also when she was sitting down, like this structured part on the shoulder, I feel like the under part was white, and I didn't like that. And there's somebody that's has like mass Indian. When you mass Indian, which means you dress in the Indian Mardi Gras Indian costumes down here in New Orleans. We make the costumes, right? By hand. You sew every bead on, you glue all the feathers on, all of that shit, right? So what it looked like, the cardboard, they usually, especially when they're actually building pieces, everything is out of cardboard, just to be clear. And everything is put on top of the cardboard. Cloth on top of the cardboard. Then whatever designs you create the designs with cardboard. That's how they would make 3D and 4D, you know what I'm saying, type figures to put on the costumes and stuff like that. And so this arm thing reminds me of that. And a lot of times if you do not put the same fabric that you've put on top underneath, then you'll see the cardboard. That's what that looked like to me. When she was sitting down, you can you can see you can see the white part that's underneath whatever they did on her arm right here, right? But I still thought she looked beautiful. I love her hair. I thought her makeup looked good. I love the color of the dress, the lace, like the costumery of the dress. I liked, but I don't know if I felt good about that sticking out part. But Marie did look good to me. Akeisha toe down. When Akeisha walked out, I was like, oh, yes, Akeisha, walk out. I was like, she was walking out with her little, you know what I'm saying? Like a little ba. I was like, yes, bitch, you did it. Akeisha looks so good. I love that blue on her, the makeup, the hair. Akeisha was given on every level for me. Sophia, given on every level to me. I love the dress. I love the hair. I loved her makeup. She looked beautiful. Letitia, my only problem with you was that I felt like when you were sitting down, you were having a hard time, helping us not see your coochie. That's what I feel like. Like I felt like the split was too high, and the split should have been a little lower. So when you sat down, you didn't have to worry about constantly having to cover your nether regions. Okay. I don't know what that was about, because a lot of the women have a split, but she was the only one that I saw that seemed to really be like a issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're keeping that close. But I did like her look. I don't like the thing around her neck. And I feel like it's because you already don't have much neck. And I feel like the little neck that you do have, you cut it off with that shit around your neck. So I didn't like that. I think that the dress could have just been a bustiquela. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really like that shit. I like the color of the wig on her, this wig that she was wearing. I liked it. But when I was looking at it on video, the sides, it wasn't laying right. But the color, the cut, the actual wig is cute. The application of the wig, wasn't feeling that. Selena, I hate everything. I hate everything, Selena. I hate that matronly ass wrap you have on. I think the dress is too plain and you could have done way better. I also don't like that wig on you. I think it washes you out a bit. I think that, your blonde should have been a little bit maybe closer to Akeisha's blonde. I don't know. Just something about it I wasn't feeling. I also don't like when wigs look so much like wigs that it look like a helmet. I ain't like nothing about what Selena had on. And this is making me, think that Selena is one of those women that's always been so beautiful and so shapely that she's never had to really do much to make herself attractive, which is when it's time for you to actually do, something extra as far as look. You come lackluster because you know your base level is so good, you ain't never really tried. Kind of like Giselle, but not nearly as likable. Tambra, you consistently have a problem with this. First of all, Tambra, the dress is swallowing you. And I don't know why that's happening. I know you're a small, petite little thing. And that means even more so that you should just be wearing form-fitting, gowns like the other women have on. All that ruching was completely unnecessary. Covering your chest like that, I also feel like it's too much fucking hair. I would love for Akeisha at one point. I'm sorry, not Akeisha, Tambra. I would love for Tambra at some point to get a cute little bob or something that's a shorter hairstyle, because often she gets swallowed up in her hair. She does. Clothes, hair, you're getting swallowed up. And her makeup was too light. Casket sharp, way too light. Latrice, the bob was too stiff, but besides that, you look impeccable. Makeup, body, dress, impeccable. Just felt like the wig was just, it wasn't giving enough body. It wasn't giving enough body for me. But yeah, I think she had a bob at one point too, but it might have been a wig bob. And I want the bob to be real. You know what I'm saying? I want the bob to be real or sew-in, but not a wig. Okay. And that's another thing. I need y'all to go back to weaves, because some of y'all put wigs on like helmets. And I also feel like Latrice got a little bit of a wiggy look going on here. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. That's the looks. Let's get into what happened. So, and we'll leave. We'll leave that up. Okay. We'll leave that up. So actually, y'all, I need to take one quick break because I'm smelling my turkey necks. So I feel like I need to go and take them out of the oven. We've been on here for an hour. So y'all just give me one little quick second and we will come back for the remainder of Belle Collective.
Anywhere you go, give it all. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
Letitia says Akeisha wasn't being authentic when she reached out to bring the women together. Akeisha has her number and she never reached out before. Akeisha says Letitia and Latrice had to get back together to come against her, and she says it hurts her feelings that Latrice would let Letitia manipulate her. Okay, that's the first thing. Let's get into that. So, I want to say this. I don't believe anything concerning Latrice and Akeisha. I think that Latrice seemed to be laughing and smiling through a lot of her little quips towards Akeisha, which made me feel like it's not something that she really believes in her heart. Like it's not something she really feels, but it's something that she's going along with to benefit people that are close to her husband, and Letitia. Okay. She don't really have no beef with Akeisha. She knows Akeisha didn't do no hood rat shit, starting no fight at her establishment. You know that, but it makes more sense to blame her and Willie than to blame your friend Letitia and your husband Cliff. So that's one thing. Number two, they absolutely had to come together in order to go against Akeisha, because neither one of them could have toppled Akeisha on their own. Very much true. And they still didn't topple Akeisha because their failed attempt to make us believe that something other than what we saw happen when it came to that fight did not work. None of us feel like, for the most part, I haven't seen anybody say that they thought it was actually Akeisha and Willie's fault. I haven't seen anybody say that. So I feel like that was a failed attempt to manipulate the public in order to protect y'all's bitch ass husbands, who don't know how to control their emotions. Akeisha says Letitia and Latrice had to get right. Um, so yeah. Akeisha feeling like Letitia was manipulating her. She's not manipulating her. Her husband is. It's not Letitia that's doing the manipulating. It's really not. Like, I know you want to blame Letitia because Letitia is definitely somebody that wants people to have beef with Akeisha because she's jealous of her, envious of her. But yeah, no, it is more so a Cliff thing than a Letitia thing, if you ask me. Latrice, with a smile on her face, says it hurts her that Akeisha would do the hood rat shit she did. Akeisha says they keep tag teaming. Letitia is just repeating shit Akeisha says. And Latrice says Akeisha is fake and she knows what she did. Akeisha says, how can she be fake when she's the only one on the cast who shows her real hair and comes on camera with no makeup? Letitia asks, but what about your heart? Girl, what about your heart? I'm sorry, y'all. I saw Letitia follow me on Instagram and I was just like, girl, I don't know why you following me on Instagram, because I know you don't like when people talk bad about you. And I usually talk bad about you. Not because I dislike you, but because you always put yourself in these stupid fucking situations. To be very clear, Akeisha is the only one who has had her real hair and no makeup on in a scene on this show. She is the only one that I've seen. And in all honesty, it was refreshing. It was refreshing. I was like honestly happy to see it. I was like, damn, she ain't got no makeup on. Like, I love that because it gave real. I'm a real person. I'm a real woman. I'm not about to be putting on 10 pounds of makeup every time these cameras come around. Y'all come around, film what I got going on, get the fuck out my face. Okay. So I appreciate Akeisha for that. And I do feel like that's an extension of how Akeisha is not as fake as Letitia and Latrice are. Y'all just think that because Akeisha has a certain stature, she carries herself a certain way, that means that, oh, she's fake. No, y'all are really the fake ones. Y'all are really the fake ones. Y'all are the ones with the fake hair. Y'all the ones with 10 pounds of makeup on. Y'all the ones that have gotten things done to your bodies because you weren't comfortable with how you looked before. Y'all are the ones that are lying on this cast right now. Y'all are the ones that pretend to be cool with people on camera and then be slick doing shit behind the scenes to infiltrate their business and their lives and plot to bring the shit on the show. Latrice and Letitia have both done that. Marie, you too. But Letitia and Latrice, y'all, that was y'all, baby. If anybody's giving fake, it's the tools of y'all. Okay? Hold up. Yeah, Akeisha's not fake. Latrice and Letitia are. Sophia says her experience of Akeisha is not the same as the other ladies. And Akeisha says that's because you're not intimidated by me. She's not intimidated by you because her man don't want you. If her man wanted you, she'd be intimidated by you the way she is by Selena. Carlos says that she can't say that and expect them to understand her. Was that a slight to their intelligence, or they should receive it as shade so they can't possibly understand that it's coming off as them being insecure and not being able to handle Akeisha and being intimidated? They are. It doesn't matter if they can handle it. That's what's happening. Um, let's see. Akeisha says, oh yeah. Carlo asked if Akeisha's feelings were hurt when Latrice and Letitia said that she doesn't deserve to be a part of the Bells. And Akeisha says, no, it's Latrice and Letitia. They lie. Like, nobody cares about how they feel. They conspire and they lie. Marie talks about her family and how she's the successful one. So her family feels entitled. She needs to stop leading with her heart and lead with her mind. Carlos asked them, because all of them are considered successful. And then Sophia laughs because, you know, he was about to ask them how they felt about being the successful ones in their families. But Sophia bust out laughing in a very, I'm trying to make a moment here type of way, which led me to feel like, Sophia, so Gucci Shantae, you were performing for JJ's benefit. I'm sorry. Like, you were performing. You needed to shade Selena. You needed to have these moments where you were saying these fucked up things to Selena so that JJ would be backstage feeling like you were finally standing 10 toes down with your husband. And I feel like if ever standing 10 toes down with somebody means going after somebody that's not even coming after you, you need to check your people, bruh. You need to check your people. You need to check your people, because I think that it shows it's a character flaw for you to feel that it is necessary for you to be going off at the mouth to Selena as soon as y'all sit down for no other reason so that you can prove some point to JJ. That's what it seemed like to me. I do feel like she is envious of Selena, but I think it all goes back to JJ and how JJ has created this triangulation amongst the women in his family. Um, and Selena's a bartender, so I can understand. I can understand why So Gucci is trying to point out that she's not as successful as everybody else because she's not a business owner. But I think that you don't have to be a successful business owner to be a successful person. I think that Selena has seemingly raised beautiful children that she seems to have a good relationship with, that seem to care about her, that she seems to care about. I think that makes her a successful mother. I think that when it comes to who she is as a person, besides So Gucci, everybody on this show has nothing but nice things to say about Selena. So I feel like the fact that that's what most people say, all good things about her, I think that, you know, that kind of has a successful ring to it. I think she's somebody that came here with the success, the beauty, and the looks. And I think that her having a sweet temperament is another extension of her beauty and her being successful as a human being, more so than as a commodity making money. That's what I think. And I feel like I'm not the type of person that at this age feels like the only type of success a person can have is financial and in business. Okay. Like I just, you know, like I feel like there are other ways to be successful. And I think that, you know, Selena is a likable, seemingly happy, you know, well-adjusted human being. You know what I mean? So I think there are other ways to be successful besides business. Let me see. She absolutely was. I don't think she realized how it added credence to everything Selena said about Pigtail Poppy. Girl, not Pigtail Poppy. I cannot stand you, Crystal. That's exactly why Sophia was going at Selena, and tell JJ to handle his own battles if he has any. A lot of these bitch ass niggas get their women to handle their battles for them, especially if they think their women are more astute when it comes to that mouthpiece. If you think your wife can go off at the mouth better than you, you're going to put a battery in her back so she can fight your battles like Mel and Martell used to be doing. That's why everybody think that Mel and Martell are the same type of person. Both petty, yes, but I think there's a difference in what the actual value system is. Selena's children like her and don't be on TV acting like she neglected them. Sophia, not so much. Literally, I have yet to hear anyone say Selena's a nasty person. I think it's Sophia insecurities more than JJ. I'm sure she knew of Selena before they got married, which is why I don't feel like it's really about it's about her insecurities, but I think JJ is to blame for it. I think Gucci is a beautiful woman within herself. I also feel like she's very competitive with the other women, and I think that's a character flaw for herself that she is like that. But it's the way JJ didn't want her to be cool with Selena, and also the way JJ wanted to punish his daughters for defending their mom. that makes me feel like this is more about him than her, because I think that Sophia is the type of woman that will do whatever her husband tells her to do to please her husband. So if her husband was asking her to pull her shit together and get along with his baby mama for the sake of the kids, she would do it. I don't think she would be the one obstructing that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I blame him more than her envy, even though she is extremely envious as a person. And that would make me wonder what her relationship with her mom was like. Cause it would make me, yeah, she said that she didn't have a relationship with her real mom like that. And her stepmom, she kind of gave her stepmom a hard time because she was not her real mom. So I do feel like Sophia comes off as somebody that doesn't have a good relationship with her own mother figure. And that's the reason why she would be this way with other women and why she wouldn't have a good relationship with her own children. Sophia looks crazy competing with someone who doesn't want your man that you married. I think JJ still be cheating. Probably. Probably. I can't even imagine either of those ladies laying down with JJ. Ew. I don't understand it either, but there's somebody for everybody, I guess. Sophia must have gotten dragged for life after part one aired. That's why her ass quit. Absolutely. Yes, JJ came right into that kitchen and undid everything Gucci and Selena had just patched up when they came to New Orleans. That was crazy, basically, which is why she's not maturing. Yep. Her mother passed away when she was very young. Right, right. I couldn't remember whether her mom had passed away or she just wasn't in her life. I couldn't remember which one. So thank you. JJ has probably talked about Selena around Sophia throughout the years. That's what I think so too, K-Rup. Sophia mom died when she was 6. That's why she can't be a mother to her daughter. She doesn't know how. But I also feel like it seemed like her stepmom might have tried. I know her stepmom plays the grandmother in the mother role to D. I believe that's what D was saying, right? That, when she wasn't being taken care of by Sophia as a child, it was because they was at, Sophia's daddy mama, daddy's house with the stepmama. Because the stepmama the one that called her and told her that she needed to check on D. Um, which deleted scene? Sophia is like my mom in that she puts a nigga before her kids. It's a mess. I've been no contact with her for 2 years because at 33, I'm over it. Her daughter might need to move on. I think so too. She couldn't take the pressure of being wrong. That's another thing. I'm not sure which ones. She gave the stepmom hell. Yeah. Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. So that's why I feel like it's not like the stepmom wasn't trying to be a mother to her, more so that she just didn't want to receive it from the pain of her mom dying and feeling like accepting you means that I'm not holding space for the mom that I lost. And also probably because, it might depend on how the dad treated her. And that's what I mean. Men a lot of times create triangulation through, with the women in their lives. It's just, it is what it is. And that's because they like to be the center of attention. They like to be the center of attention. So they will create issues amongst the women so that the women don't have camaraderie. If the women don't have camaraderie, they will cling to the men. And, the men will feel more secure in that way. I think you see it over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're going to get to that. Anyway, Marie still doesn't know who shot her house up. I think Marie knows what the fuck happened. You got too many ears to the street for you not to know what happened. Carlos asked if Marie had surgery. She says it was a medical necessity, but she said she didn't get a BBL. Letitia got the most surgery and feels like she should have got more put in her ass. I'm like, you should get your ass in the gym and lose some fucking weight. It don't matter how many BBLs they put on you. If your neck is thick, then your neck is thick. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. They welcome Selena to the Belle Collective. Selena doesn't know how she feels about Akeisha. That was something that made me be mad at Selena. But I feel like Selena is one of those people that probably, because she's a people pleaser and she's so nice, she probably one of those women that is always trying to prove that she's not mean just because she's beautiful. I tell y'all all the time, people often think that when somebody is really attractive, that they constantly need to be humbled and put in their place. And so you kind of develop a defense mechanism to that when you are a woman like that. And I think sometimes either you become a bitch or you become somewhat of a people pleaser. I feel like Selena took the people pleaser route. And the reason why I said it is because the only reason you about to act like you have an issue with Akeisha or you're not sure about Akeisha is because she's connected to So Gucci, but more so because you're friends with Latrice and they now have an issue with Akeisha. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more so what it's about than anything. And that was gonna make me be like, girl, please don't make no issue with Aikisha just because of, your relationship with Latrice or her relationship with So Gucci. Like, that's unnecessary to me. But it does kind of show the people pleaser that Selena might be. Anyway, Selena doesn't know how she feels about Aikisha. Sophia and Selena start going back and forth when Sophia says that she was Selena's storyline. And Selena says, bitch, I've been your storyline since you got on this show. Sophia says, who she want to fight? Oh, you want to fight? Y'all, I can't stand. And this is how you know, to me, this is how you know that somebody's being verbally or emotionally abused, because a lot of times they do the same shit to women that they're in argument with. You basically throw out a little slick ass passive aggressive, or aggressive but quietly aggressive comment like you did. And then when somebody responds, you act like they're overreacting. When she did that, I was like, yeah, you about to piss me off, Sophia. You about to piss me off. Because that's such a nigga thing to do, for you to be like, oh, calm down, bitch. What you mean calm down? I'm very calm. You the one that's throwing all this little slick shade my way, and I ain't even said a motherfucking thing to you since we sat down. Like, she started going in on Selena before anything was really said. It was weird. And we get into how Selena is like, listen, at the end of the day, you only on this show because of me. Because Latrice asked Selena if she wanted to be on the show. And Selena said, no, I can't do it right now, but you should get JJ and his wife on there. And so Gucci is like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? She was like, because that's my ex-husband. That's my children's father. And I'm not a hating ass bitch. I'm not a hater like you and him. So I'm not going to block y'all from doing something. Like, it doesn't make me feel less than for you to get the opportunity. Even when she was like, and why weren't you ready? Why weren't you ready? She was like, because my fucking son died, bitch. Don't play with me. And I didn't like that shit neither. I didn't like that either. I'm like, what you mean why she didn't? You know why she didn't. So for you to even bring that shit up, that was kind of like, are you trying to like poke at her about her son dying? Like, that girl, what the fuck wrong with you? Anyway, Sophia says you want to fight. Again with the flipping, the projection. Again, okay? Selena says that she put in a good word for JJ to be on the show because she wasn't ready. Da da da. We talk about that. Okay. Sophia says, "Calm down, sis." Sophia doesn't believe Latrice when she says that she submitted her and JJ because of Selena. Like, why would you not believe that? That's what would make sense, baby. That's what would make sense. Why would they want you and JJ to be on the show if nobody really knew you like that or nobody was that cool with you? Why would they want you to be on the show if you were not like offered up by somebody that's close to the cast? Like, anyway, I just feel like you don't want to believe that Selena isn't a hater like y'all are, because then it makes it harder for you to hate her. And it makes it look bad that you come at her the way that you do, because ultimately the only reason you're on the show is because she recommended y'all. So yeah, you look crazy. She says that he's my children's father. I'm not a hater like you. Latrice says Selena has never spoken badly about anybody. Tamber says Selena has never said anything bad about Sophia, and they were at her event sitting next to each other for years. So nobody understands what this is about. And I think I already told y'all what it's about. It was all cool when you didn't have to share a camera with her. I think there's always been built up resentment from the fact that Gucci was a girlfriend and not a wife when Bring It was on. And so she was not brought on the show. And the way the show showed it, it looked like JJ always still wanted Selena, but Selena didn't want him. That's how Bring It looked. People could play all day. JJ still wanted Selena. It was obvious. And Selena just thought that he was funny and didn't want to be bothered with him. That's what it came off as to me. So I think that Gucci being a girlfriend that was in the background, not being allowed to be a part of his story because they weren't married or for whatever reason, I think this was her time to get the catch back. This was her time to make it all right. You know what I'm saying? By having her moment. This was for her. And Selena coming on the show, whether Selena recommended her or not, I feel like she felt slighted by, because she felt Selena was going to come in there and steal her shine, which I feel like you shouldn't have even took it to that point, because y'all have two different types of personalities. And I think there was no way she would have overshadowed you. She would have just been a pretty girl that's around, that say little cute shit every now and again. But I think that Gucci does have more personality sometimes than Selena does, and I think that's just because of how they both are different types of women. So I think had Sophia not been so envious of Selena, they would have got along just fine both being on the show. Selena would have been who she is, you would have been who you are, and there would have been no overshadowing. Like, there wouldn't have been any overshadowing because nobody would look at you and be like, "Oh, you aren't as beautiful as Selena." Like, nobody would have said that, but we know you feel that way. We know you feel that way. Like, it's just obvious. So I really think you let your insecurities get the best of you, and they showcase themselves through the way you acted and the way you responded to Selena being on this show. How was the relationship with JJ before Selena joined the cast? Selena said that she tried to keep it cordial with him, but since the show, there is no relationship at all. Sophia said whatever happened between JJ and Selena is their situation. Selena says, then why are you bringing it up? So she can stand 10 toes down with her husband. You sound stupid. It's either between them or you are picking his battles and fighting them for him. You need to decide which one you're doing right now because you're flip flopping back and forth, like Selena said. Selena says, but it's between us. You know, if it's just between me and him, why are you feeling a need to do anything about it? Then Gucci calls Selena a Jezebel, which I'm like, so now you trying to find a cute way of calling that lady a hoe, even though you was fucking her husband. She didn't want him anymore, but that was still her husband, and you was in like a long term relationship with him. But she's the Jezebel. That's wild. That's really wild of you. So Gucci, you're trying really hard to make her look bad. Star and Sky are working with their dad when it comes to the relationship, but Sanjay is tired of JJ. Because she feels like she's always reaching out to him. She's always the one that's making the effort with him, and he's not the one making the effort with her. So Sanjay is just not seeing it for her dad. And you could kind of see that Sanjay might be the one that is more no nonsense, less emotionally, moved. And I kind of like that about Sanjay. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of like the fact that Sanjay is very like, you know what I'm saying? No, that wasn't right. Nah, this ain't cool. Nah, I'm not feeling that shit. Like, even though I'm not mad at Star and Sky for trying to work on their relationship with their dad. But I also understand Sanjay standing 10 toes down with you gonna act like this, I'm gonna act like this. The fuck? Anyway, Selena is asked about her new man, and she says, well, he's not a compulsive liar or a cheater. So that tells us that that's exactly what the fuck JJ was doing. Carlos asked about his job, and Sophia says drugs and thugs. So now you're insinuating that her man is a drug dealer. Now, I'm not going to lie. He looked like somebody that used to be a drug dealer, just like Glendale. But at the same time, for you to throw that out like that, you're just showing up as a hater bitch at every turn. Like, that wasn't even a conversation you needed to include yourself in. That ain't got nothing to do with you, but you need to throw that shade back out there because she said he wasn't a liar and a cheater like JJ. So you got to defend JJ by calling him drugs and thugs, girl, I guess. And your husband will still be a disrespectful lying cheater. So that's fine. And they're thinking about getting married next year. I think people should do whatever they want to do to be happy. But I wish more women were not always looking for a ring at the end of a rainbow when it comes to relationships, especially as they get older. Because I think a lot of times it's not what you think it's going to be. It's not what you think it is. And if you've been married already, you know that. But you're going to let this nigga convince you he's so different. You're going to marry him. And then 2-3 years into the marriage, he'll turn into the last nigga. And then he'll be gone and you'll be on to the next nigga. So I definitely was just like, I don't know, Selena. I think, I'm going to trust any woman to make decisions for herself when it comes to the men that they choose to be in relationships with. But something makes me feel like I don't think she needs to be focused on marrying anybody. But that's not my business. And we don't know enough in order to, really say that. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, don't y'all feel like, girl, do you need it? Girl, you probably want to be taken care of. That's what that is. You a pretty woman, you got your little jobs, you know how to take care of yourself, but you want to be taken care of. So you probably want a husband so you can get good health insurance. And if he die, you can get the money. Yeah, do your thing, girl. Do your thing. I ain't mad, but I wouldn't be in a rush. I wouldn't be in a rush because I think a lot of times men are always just looking for somebody to take care of them, especially as they're getting older. And then you a beautiful woman, you a showman piece. You somebody that can show off, but you absolutely somebody they're gonna work hard to control. You somebody that they're gonna work hard to, kind of keep their finger on you because they're gonna be scared that some other nigga gonna come and get you from them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be careful, Selena. Just be careful, okay? I just, because I think sometimes niggas know how to make themselves look like they're not that guy and they really are that guy. So we just gotta wait and see. But like I said, I don't know. I don't know them people. I don't know her. I don't know him. But yes, I think a companion, yes. Yes. That's what I think, long-term relationships are great, but actually going into, paperwork and being married sometimes I think is worth more of a headache than it's actually worth when you get to a certain age and you've already done some of these things. You know what I'm saying? Yes. No, I don't think anybody should feel any shame about being a long-term girlfriend. Like I don't. I really, really don't. I think that there are a lot of long-term relationships that aren't marriage that work better than some marriages. So, it's really not a deciding factor in how successful a relationship is going to be or how valuable the relationship is, to be very clear. So, y'all, D holding Sophia accountable led to her having a moment with both her kids. Carlos asked what her real name is, and he asked what Selena calls Sophia. She says nothing, a bad stepmother. So now Selena throwing that shit right back. They get into how Marie attempted suicide, so they want her to give advice on what Sophia needs to do dealing with D and her attempted suicide. And she says to be patient and supportive. Carlos asked about Sophia choosing JJ over D, and she says that she didn't know until the conversation that her daughter still needed her. And I'm like, she was like, nah, I feel like she need me now more than when she was a child. I'm like, why? Because somebody else was raising her? Like, how do you how that's not a real realization, Sophia. That's not a realization, baby. Your daughter did need you more when she was a child. That's why she needs you more now because you weren't there then. She needed you then, but you weren't there then. And so now she needs more help now than she should need if you had been there. If you had implemented love and self-esteem into her at a young age instead of running behind some nigga like a lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all do this, man. Like I'm sorry to say, but there are so many women that are sacrificing themselves and sacrificing their relationship with their children and their other family members for some man. Like that's to me, that's a normal, natural occurrence for women to put children on the back burner, put the children's needs last for a man. Um, and that's sad to me because the men never, the men don't value the women that same way and they don't value their children that way. It's just all about them. But if you want to play into that, that's your business. Carlos asked if that situation made her want to give Selena more grace because to be clear, it's funny how, and this is how y'all know that was some bullshit that they came up with to make Selena look bad, right? JJ and So Gucci were vehemently saying that Selena did not raise her own children and Gucci had to do their hair and help them with their homework because Selena wasn't doing this, Selena wasn't doing that. Y'all, we know at some point Selena had cancer. Like, there's a lot of things that have happened with Selena that I can see how you would have to step up as a father. It doesn't mean that she's not a good mother. It just means she needed help from you because she was sick or because something else was going on. Either way, y'all tried to make it seem like Selena was a bad mother and she wasn't there for her kids. All for this season, for D to put you on blast for not being a good mother to her, for neglecting her. We haven't heard Sanjay, Star, or Sky say that Selena neglected them. Nobody ever, none of the kids have said that. But D and your son definitely had to accept an apology from you for not doing what you were supposed to be doing. And then, she tries to blame Selena for why the girls don't like her. Girl, what? Why would you ever feel like it's Selena's fault that them girls don't like you? Like, no, bitch, they don't like you because of you and JJ, because of y'all's dynamic that excludes everybody else's needs for each other and not even really for your needs, Sophia, because your needs not being met above his or the kids. His needs are being met above everybody's. But your need to run after him is the reason why your children don't like you. And it's the reason why they children, Selena and his children, don't like you. Because you need it more so to make him happy than to have genuine relationships with them that value their relationship with their mom. And it mattered more to you, your relationship with JJ, than your relationship with your own fucking kids. So, no, it was nice how y'all tried to flip that shit on Selena. And what's coming out is that the actually fuck the grave y'all dug for her, y'all then fell in as far as being bad parents. Cause y'all have said more than once y'all got together and forgot about y'all kids who I'm sure were in grade school at the time. Sophia says that she should have been introduced to Selena. It almost seems as if she was trying to blame Selena for why they did not meet. Girl, again, y'all love to say that these men are the head of household, that you need to be following them. But whenever it's time for them to actually be a leader and handle a situation like an adult, they don't. And y'all just be like, oh, well, my husband didn't think that was important, so it's her fault. He should have been the one to create the foundation for y'all to have a good relationship. Because he still wanted her, he couldn't do that. Sophia says that she was pouring a lot into her husband trying to be perfect, and JJ and them forgot about the girls. And I think that that's such an honest thing for Sophia to say, and I'm glad that she's being honest about it. But I also feel like the fact that you continue to put him ahead of what is right shows that there will be no change. Like, can you ever really be a better parent? Can you ever really be better to everybody else if you're still putting JJ's whims ahead of everybody else's? And that's what another thing that makes me feel like he must be abusive to you in some type of way. Because you act scared of him. You act scared. Like, if you do something he don't like, you're going to have to pay for it, which is why you up here acting a fool with Selena on this stage. Carlos asks how she feels sharing the stage with Selena. And she says that she doesn't care and Selena is beneath her. Tambra said, I have heard Sophia say, this is my platform. And if y'all want to see her, y'all go watch some episodes and bring it. Sophia says, we're not on the same level. We don't think the same. And then she says Selena probably needed the check. Sophia obviously thinks she's better than Selena because she has more money than Selena. And she also said that Selena was beneath her. And I'm just like, all the things that Selena has said, none of it go as low as the things y'all have said about her. Sorry. She never called JJ a bad dad. He called her a bad mom. She never said that you were beneath her or anything like that. And here you are talking about how she's not successful and she's beneath you and y'all not on the same shit. Bitch, y'all was on the same dick. You ain't that far removed from her. Cause obviously, you letting her live rent free in your fucking mind. Carlos says JJ is the one making it difficult for them to get along because that's her husband. Tambra says that they may compare notes if they get close. Carlos says JJ is the common denominator in the two of them not moving forward. Carlos says Sophia did nothing wrong when she tried to, kind of have that come to Jesus moment with Selena. And for JJ to scold her for doing the right thing, he's the one that's wrong here. The fact that a man said he doesn't want y'all to hug it out should highlight everything wrong in this situation. There will be no resolve without JJ allowing the resolve. And at this moment, because there's a man in the room telling Sophia what to think, she acquiesces and admits to all of this. I don't really want no problem with that lady. Selena said, I can't tell the way you've been coming at me since you came out here. I think on some level, Selena knows that she is scared of JJ and she's doing all of this because she's scared of JJ. On some level, I think Selena knows that. Tambra discusses, hold up, before I go to that, Carlos this was very out of character for Carlos, for me, for him to actually call out JJ for being the common denominator here. Because what I have often seen from him is him ignoring how terrible the men can be with the women. Love and Marriage Huntsville, making excuses for Martell, just so many different times that he has not saw the right side of something for whatever reason. And so for him to, finally say what I feel like is the truth of the matter as it pertains to JJ, Selena, and So Gucci, I think that that was a signifier that he has been listening to my commentary, and he's trying to make these changes before he loses all of his shows. And I think it might be too late. Low key. I think he'll still do good on YouTube interviewing people. So I don't think that that means that, he won't be successful. He'll always probably be successful because he has such a hustle and a drive about himself. And Carlos has his positive, charismatic, he's a nice looking man, all of those things. But essentially, he has a very grimy, underlying, snaky ass energy. And I think that when he decided to tell the truth tonight on this show, it was an attempt to right wrongs that he has kind of been bullheaded about in the past. Like, I think he's been very hard-headed about some of these notes that we've been giving him as content creators about the shows. And I think he's just now deciding to take note of the things that are being said in order to save his shows from being canceled. That's what I think. And I think that just because the network did not cancel the shows these last couple of seasons and they've renewed them, it doesn't mean anything, because now you're seeing, a lot of people are leaving the shows. It is being speculated that Mel left the show, that Mel won't be on Love and Marriage Huntsville anymore. And I would like to see how successful Love and Marriage Huntsville is going to be without Mel. Oh, not Carlos isn't attracted to JJ, so it's easier to tell the truth. Listen, you ain't lying. You are not lying. Damn, that might be a truth, okay? Y'all better say that shit in the comments talking about the reason why he told the truth, because he's not attracted to JJ. If he wanted to fuck JJ, he'd have been up there lying on his behalf like he did with Martell. Tambra discusses being on a ventilator after her pregnancy, also battling postpartum depression. She didn't tell us nothing about what's going on with her in the baby daddy, the man. So we don't know nothing that's going on in her life, but she's still on the show, I guess. Letitia didn't try to have a conversation with her the way she tried to have a conversation with Latrice, made her feel like she wasn't really trying to correct things with Tambra. I'm like, because Letitia don't really care about none of y'all. Letitia don't really care about none of y'all. I don't know why y'all think that. And then she's gonna talk about Tambra, you just unblocked me. Yeah, but at the same time, you still never had the conversation with her. You just really tried to act like that shit that Marie did, that, you and Marie got in contact with that man. It was you and Marie that did that shit behind the scenes. But Marie was the only one with the balls to do it on camera. And so I feel like you allowed Marie to take the L for that. And so you never felt the need to really go and apologize to Tambra for real, because to you, it's really being put on Marie. So I'm going to let it be on Marie. Letitia's a snake. Sneaky snake. Antoinette comes out to clear the air about flirting with Glendale. Antoinette, on some level, I think something has to be wrong with you in order for you to come all the way back here and sit on a couch across from this lady with her ankles turned tight and her neck turned tighter so that you can tell us that you ain't really want her man. Girl. I think that maybe now that Antoinette is away from that husband, maybe now she's ready to come back to the show, and that might really be what it was. Because I really do think it was something about that husband as to why she wasn't on the show. But her coming back so that we can reiterate that she didn't want Glendale, girl, did you really want him? Because why you trying to convince us? You ain't have to convince us, okay? Antoinette says you still trying to figure out what you want to be when you grow up. Enterprise. Girl, I could have fell out my fucking chair. I said, well, if you gonna give, you might as well come back, because Keisha, So Gucci gone, Tambra don't give nothing, Selena don't give nothing. So, Selena is a good addition for looks and cute little comments, but with no So Gucci, I have to wonder what she's going to bring. Okay, because Selena only works well when there's some hater ass bitch for her to bounce cute little comments off and whip her hair, because that's how she was on Bring It. That's why everybody knew that Selena wasn't like this asshole person that everybody make her out to be, because when she was on Bring It, she just like being the center of attention a lot of the times. But the other girls on the show would sometimes be like unnecessarily rude and mean to her because they felt like she thought she was all of that. You coming all the way down here dressed like that? Like whenever women who don't put a lot of effort into their looks or their, style be around a woman that does, if it makes them feel insecure, why you doing all that? Cause she want to do all that, bitch. Why you mad? Like, why are you mad? And I feel like that was definitely the energy that they had a lot with Selena on Bring It. So we were able to see her personality because somebody was always hating on her, to be honest. Oh, girl with the Brittany. Brittany used to hate on her real hard, girl. Like any of the girls that was, slightly overweight, bad weave, don't know how to put their makeup on, they was like low key hating on Selena. That's how that would go. Selena would show up in her cute little weave and be standing outside, and they would just be making all these little slick ass comments out of nowhere. Very much giving, gross sisters jealous. So we gonna make an issue with Selena. And Selena would just throw little quick comments back and flip her hair and keep it cute and keep it going. But she would never like let them really take her out of character like that. And I think that's how a lot of us came to understand Selena's personality. She can be aggravating sometimes. She can be extra sometimes, but she's not confrontational. She's not nasty. She's not like mean spirited. Like that's not really what we got from her at any point in time on that fucking show. So that's why I feel like we kind of took the energy that we did, bring Diana back to Jackson and oh, I would love if she joined Belle Collective because she would get these hoes together. Oh, I would love that. Anyway, Letitia tells Antoinette to get a man and that Mint Dental isn't there anymore. And I'm just like, girl, it don't matter. She can still go be a dentist. She's still not trying to figure out what she did for her birthday. Bondi, I just find out Carlos' birthday is the same day as Lyric. Oh, I know. I've noticed. And I want y'all to know that means absolutely nothing. That mean that me and Carlos could get along until I realized how fake he was. That's what that means. Lyric not like that. Not the Gross Sisters Bondi. Y'all know what I mean. The Gross Sisters gave, we big and insecure and we being bullied at our household. So we come out here and bully y'all. That, and that's not because I feel like you should feel that way just because you might be overweight. I feel like there are a whole bunch of fine ass, beautiful, heavy bitches out here. Okay. Heavy. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But you got to love yourself in order to not like showcase insecurity in that. And I think that a lot of women, when they are like that, they show insecurity in that. And that's where the Gross Sisters thing comes into mind, because you know that there are things you could work on physically to make yourself feel less unattractive, but instead you rather be mean and hate on everybody else. Gross Sisters. Beat them up. Lyric is clearly balanced. Oh yeah. Don't mean nothing. I made me mad. He a Libra like me and my hubby. Child. And so is Marceau and Tisha. Just child. So is Will Smith. They got some good ones, but they got some bad ones out there. All right, y'all. So that's basically everything that we got for Belle Collective. Okay. They'll come back for a part 2. We'll see how that all goes down. I can't wait to see what the husbands get into. Okay, because you're gonna have to have a different frame of tune with Willie, nigga. You're gonna have have to have a different frame of tune, okay? With Willie. Latrice will regret siding with the wrong side because they're going to make her the target again without Akeisha or Gucci. We just gonna have to wait and see, child. Is Carlos gonna have the same energy with the men? Is the question. We'll see. Positive and negative in every zodiac. Absolutely. Because I feel like I'm one of the best versions of a Gemini, bitch. And I have not met many good ones. I have not met many balanced Geminis. I'll say that. But anyway, y'all.